Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It's Damon yet again with another list. In this case, I want to tackle music a little bit because I have tackled about movies, TV shows, wrestling. I want to talk about music, but it's related to movies. In this case, I mean, we've all had music that we discovered accidentally. You could have listened to it on the radio back in the day. I know, Old Man in the Room, through CDs, through friend recommendation, and yes, through movies. I mean, maybe not as much today, it still is today, but it feels like it used to be that you discover new songs through movies. And I think that's an art of a great soundtrack. Sometimes you listen to a song through movies, and it's like you want to listen to it back in the day again, all person in the room when you watch a movie, the theaters in the 1990s, sometimes you didn't have the soundtrack right away. You had to wait maybe like 5, 6 months till it came out on CDs to get it, and you had to buy the CD. Nowadays, you can wait for it to its streaming, to its Spotify, to it on YouTube, and you'll get the song. However, some music basically I thought was very, very important, not just the movie, but to me, through my development my music taste. To me, they were very important music, basically like maybe understand maybe better the band or just a song. I really like the song. So here are basically my list. The first one, it's an honorable mention, is the Lady Gaga and Zimmer song from Top Gun 2. I don't remember the title, but I really liked it. I usually love Lady Gaga as an actress, not as much as singer. I prefer her as an actress, but I really love that song. So here you go. That's my honorable mention. Now let's go to the top 20 because if you got the top 30, I was struggling to find some songs. So number 20, "Test Your Might" by from the Mortal Kombat 1995. Yes, you've heard that song. I'm not gonna basically dilute it, but to me, it's a really essential song, not just to capture the essence of the movie, but also it was very, very, it basically, I would say basically not just captured the essence of the movie, but it also made you appreciate basically the pace of the movie. Basically, always going to be paced, the action scene. Yes, it has every character's name in the song. In the second one, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is one of the worst movies, but it's so bad it's a good movie. But and anyway, they would take the song, remix it, and by remixing it, just basically make it a bit longer just to add every character's name out. But I really like that song. So yeah, that's number 20. Number 19 for All Star by Smash Mouth, Mystery Man, but could also be said for Shrek. That's a song that takes me back. I mean, just that song, eventually it's been introduced to movies, always reminds me of May. The month of May, the virgin, basically seeing, leaves burgeoning on a tree, uh, knowing that summer is about to come in. It always reminds me of this since high school. And yeah, it always reminds me of a bright days coming, basically going for the summer, going out with your friends, stuff like that. And it came from the video clip, the first when we used to watch videos of a song. Basically, it came from Mystery Man, which is a superhero comedy with Ben Stiller, uh, Greg Kinnear, and damn it, blanking on his name now. Barbosa from Pirate of the Caribbean. I'll probably get his name later on, but you know what I mean. In this case, it comes from that movie. But it's been basically we see that song was repeated throughout other movies. We've seen it in many mo other movies since then, and it was popularized in 2001 with the movie Shrek. We also saw it another time in 2001 in the movie Rat Race at the end. So, Smash Mouth is a song, you're right, it's poppy, it's kitschy, yet I like it. It makes you feel like basically, it feels like the underdog basically embracing The song makes you feel, at least the movies that be portrayed, maybe not the lyrics, but at least my feeling is always like the underdog embrace their unicity, their, their uniqueness, and become basically, no, they accept themselves and they move on. Like that's how it makes me feel. Number 18, Beginning of the End from Spine Shank in Freddy vs. Jason. I really like that song. It's on my playlist. When I go to gym, I like to hear that. So, I mean, the beginning of the end plus the movie, again, another movie that can be kitschy looking back. It's still entertaining to me. I'm not gonna say it's the best versus movie or the best movie, period. But it was a very entertaining movie, and I thought that the song is apropos for this for the movie. It's about basically the beginning of the end for these kids, knowing it's the beginning of the end of the exile of Freddy of their life, the beginning of the end of Jason being exiled into hell. So in the beginning of the end of those victims, the movie. So it made sense. The title made sense. The song made sense. So here you go. 17, New Divide by Linkin Park from Transformer Revenge of the Fallen. I didn't say that the songs I picked all came from excellent movies. Some of them come from horrible movies. Transformer Revenge of the Fallen, I wouldn't say it's horrible, but it's bad. It has entertaining bits, which prevents them from going to the horrible category, but it's pretty bad. And I like Linkin Park. I always did Linkin Park. And FYI, my favorite song of Linkin Park is still Paper Cut to this day. However, New Divide is very, very close. And yeah, again, it was the worst Transformer movie out there, but it's like I still really like that song. So New Divide number 17. Number 16. I was thinking about it, and this case, I will say that it will be Juke Joint Jezebel from KMFDM from Bad Boys. That's right. Sometimes it can come from a club scene in a movie of the 90s, and I thought it was very, very well done. In this case, this one was the best or second best Bad Boy movie because it's a coin toss between Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys for Life, that is. But I really like the scene when they go to the club. So the song was well placed, and the song by itself was very good. So that was for number 16. Okay. Number 15. It has the same title as number 18. It's the beginning of the end and ended as the beginning from Smashing Pumpkins, Batman and Robin. Again, I didn't tell you that movie would be good. Batman and Robin sucks. However, the song Beginning of the End, I remember the video clip I thought was much better than the whole movie. The video clip actually does better of a job than the movie trailers. It made me actually anxious to see the movie. And a plot twist, back then, when, back then when you're basically in the 90s and just in your prior development, when you're not an adult, you cannot go see any movie you want to see. It's basically, you go to see the movie that your parents will take you to. My parents took me to see Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, but they refused. And at that time, I was wondering why somehow, some way, they refused to let me go see Batman and Robin. They instead decided you're going to go see Men in Black. Later on, I realized why. Because they felt they saw enough movies, they saw enough movie trailers to know this looks awful. This looks like nothing. Maybe they also wanted to preserve my love of Batman. It was preserved, let's say, but let's be honest. That's the only Batman movie I never bought on DVD, on VHS, in any capacity. However, Smashing Pumpkins at that time was very hot. I mean, they came up from basically Bullets with Butterfly Wings. They were really popular in 1996. They were everywhere, and I really like this song. I also like The End is the Beginning remixed, which is a slower version that you find in the Watchmen trailer, Watchmen 2009. But it's a remake of that song, and I want to take the original one, so I say beginning of the end is the beginning. In this case, Smashing Pumpkins, number 15 in terms of song. 14, She Will Be Mine from Guns N' Roses, Terminator 2. Another song I got on my playlist. I think it's of all the songs talk about Guns N' Roses, Paradise City, Welcome to Jungle, November Rain. She Will Be Mine is one song that we don't talk too much or not enough. I think it's very good. It represents John Connor's rebellious stage in his life, and I like the fact that you that song made a comeback in Terminator Salvation to show that the rebellious streak in John Connor didn't go away with age. It just always was still creeping in there. It just now they assume his role as leader. But in this case, I felt like it represents the rebellious stage, rebellious streak of John Connor. And I really like it. So that'd be number 14. Number 13. I couldn't pick a song about those two movies, and this is why I will not put a movie twice in that list. If there's two songs that soundtrack, I'll put in the same spot. At number 13, Deo and Jump on the Line from the original Beetlejuice, and it was by Ari Belafonte. I mean, we don't need to talk about the Deo scene. It's hilarious, and the song adds a lot to it. I heard that originally they did not want to have that song in the beginning, but the actors decided to include that song. And thankfully, they let the actors choose, because if the song they tried to initially would have been chosen, it wouldn't have been as nearly as funny. So that's uh and Jump on the Line. The end, it's again the original ending of Beetlejuice was supposed to be darker, with supposedly Lydia dying. I like the ending of Beetlejuice. I thought it was a bit dark, not too much dark. And hey, Beetlejuice is a bit likable, so the ending is funnier than it should be. It's funnier and it fits Beetlejuice. Even at the end, it says, "Hey, I think this would be a good look for me," as his head got smaller. I thought was awesome. It's also hilarious to know, yeah, little anecdote that basically Beetlejuice, not even a year later, Michael Keaton goes from Beetlejuice to Batman. But yeah, that's the genius of Beetlejuice. I thought the soundtrack was excellent. I think, honestly, and this is a spoiler, Tim Burton is really great with soundtrack. And I was tempted to put MacArthur Park of Beetlejuice on there, because it's very, very fun. That scene's very fun, and the song has to be very pretentious. I feel like the song's pretentious, talks about anything but a particular subject at the end, and I thought fit well with the wedding scene. That's why. But I digress. Number 12, Chad Kroeger of Nickelback, and I think Saliva with Hero from Spider-Man 1. Again, I will not pantomime the singing. I will not sing, but I felt like it fit the theme of Spider-Man. We can joke about Nickelback all you want, but basically, what I don't see the hate on them. I mean, even the Monday Night Raw team that they did for a while was good. I mean, yeah, they're cheesy song, they're cheesy rock band, but so what? Like, there's not been any cheesy rock band in the history of the world. Well, like, there have been cheesy pop band in the history of the world. Give me a break. You never heard about them doing basically being implicated in something cruel, nasty, sinister, and we get on our case about Nickelback. Man. Anyway, Hero song fit the Spider-Man team, the being a hero, basically sacrifice that it takes to be a hero. And I like the chords being used. I like basically the melody of it. I think it's a very good song for a movie. Number 11, Passive by a Perfect Circle from Constantine. The song that it's in the movie Constantine. By the way, Constantine, I'm happy there's Constantine 2 coming out. I know if basically Keanu Reeves is a national treasure, and I have a friend and my girlfriend both will say that they look forward to that movie because they really like Constantine. Prove that you don't always have to be close to comics or be super comic book accurate to make it work. Still a bit comic book accurate. You can never have Constantine being played by a squirrel, but if you keep some comic book accuracy and then some that you make it up, can always be good. And if you don't believe me, watch Batman 89, Batman Returns. Was not comic book accurate at all, and see what happens. And people still clamor for Batman 3, which, by the way, will be a subject of another video. But Passive to me was great because it's John Constantine, being Hill, goes into a nightclub, and once you realize most of them in the nightclub are demons, and basically he feels like the future is him being stuck in a prison, in which case he's the cause of basically he's stuck in a prison, in which case he locked away most of the inmates. That's how it felt. So even the song, like the lyrics there, it's like very look him up. It basically it's cream across as somebody who is about to face a horde of obstacles. So yeah, it fit the scene and it fit the movie. That's for number 11. Number 10, Face to Face by Siouxsie and the Banshees from Batman Returns. At first, when I was younger, wasn't my musical taste. As I grew up, as I grew older, watching Batman Returns as an adult, it's like, wow, that song basically doesn't just uh, resonate in terms of the poignancy of the scene. Basically, they're the only two one, Bruce and Selina are the only two one unmasked physically at the ball, Batman Returns, but actually they're still wearing masks. Being Bruce Wayne, being Selina Kyle are their masks. But also the lyrics. The lyrics hint that there's not going to be a happy ending for Selina Kyle and Bruce Wayne, and that Selina will always be in a state of turmoil. She'll still be alive. She'll be basically be able to get away, but it's like still always be in turmoil. And it feels like at this point, she just wants to have a moment of peace before the turmoil resurfaces. I really like that song now. It's like, but it's Batman Returns, I think I've said in a previous video, I think it's very good. It's a very good movie, but it's pretty depressing at times, especially knowing we didn't have Batman 3. If we had Batman 3 from Burton, maybe it wouldn't be as depressing. I mean, you can say that Batman Forever is a third one, but when you change the main star, the director, and most of the characters, bar Alfred and Gordon, to me, it's not the same universe. But if you had Batman 3, maybe it wouldn't feel as depressing. But yeah, so I could say this for number 10. Number 9, the title's it's Men in Black from the movie Men in Black by Will Smith. I know it's a remake of a previous song, but it's not like a remake of Men in Black and then you have a team of a Men in Black there. So yeah. Okay, so again, the title song says everything you need to know about Will Smith's character Jay in the movie. Basically, basically making it cool to basically uh basically fight the scum of the universe. Need I say more? No, I don't. Number 8, from Prince. It's Party Man on Scandalous from Prince from Batman 89. Didn't I say that basically Tim Burton had great eye, or at least great ear, for a good soundtrack for a movie and thought, oh, he realized that it's very immensely important. And it is. I I really like Party Man. It's like basically the way he introduced Joker. He lets the Joker introduce himself into a museum. And it's always hilarious that Joker basically would deface a lot of those pieces of art, apart from the one piece of art from Francis Bacon, which fits the Joker so much. So, yeah. I mean, I still prefer Dark Knight over Batman 89, but Batman 89 grew and basically, like, basically it's something that's timeless because as time goes by, as years goes by, I still love the movie. I still believe like it aged really well. It aged better than Batman Returns, which still aged well, but there's something Batman Returns that I'd say, this didn't age well. This didn't age well. Whereas Batman 89 just aged well period. And Party Man, I thought was a great kind of theme from for the Joker's, chaos when he felt chaotic and basically a bit mischievous, but not when he was at the museum. I didn't feel like he was very much basically a murderer. He just felt like a chaotic mischief. That's how you represent him. Whereas Scandalous is basically a team of Vicky Vale. And or at least it felt like the Vicky Vale, like it sends me into thinking that maybe it's a team of intimacy and basically the relationship of a successful relationship that Bruce Wayne would have with Vicky Vale if he stopped donning the bat suit. If he just allowed her to get in, to let her in his life and not be compromised by the duality of being Bruce Wayne or Batman. That's how it feels. That's number 8. Number 7, End of the Heartache. End of Heartache by Killswitch Engage from Resident Evil Apocalypse. Again, I never said all the movies on that list are great, but I really like that song. It's like that was my introduction to Killswitch Engage. Afterwards was My Last Serenade. Those are the number two song, the two songs I prefer of them. But yeah, that was my introduction to Killswitch Engage. And I love it that it was in the credits, but I felt like it's also representing basically the end of the Arctic. At the end of the movie, they think they got away from basically the zombies, or did they? Spoiler alert. No, they didn't. It's just the movie ended. So yeah. Number 6, Fatal by Reza from Blade Trinity. Again, I cannot stress it enough. Not every movie on that list, every song I discovered came from great movies. Some of them were just okay. I didn't say that Blade Trinity was bad. I just thought it was okay and was easily the worst of the three. So I love the Fatal song because it basically it's like basically its response of Blade when he's confronted with Dracula. Dracula basically the song says that it's Ryan Reynolds' character Hannibal King that says that he's like the great white shark. He never had to evolve, and it's basically it feels like the chorus of the song is basically Blade's response to any people who think he cannot destroy Dracula. That's how it feels to me. And by the end of the movie, of course, wins. But that's how I felt. That song again is in my playlist. Most of those songs that basically I really like are in my playlist. And it's a fantastic song that you should listen to. So that's number 6. Number 5, Hold Me, Thrill Me by uh, Kiss Me, Kill Me by U2 from Batman Forever. Again, great song, and it was the first song you heard when Batman Forever went to its credits. Really love that song. I mean, I knew U2 beforehand, but that's a song that basically got me to U2. And yeah, you should listen to it. That's number 5. Number 4, Blaze of Glory by Bon Jovi from Young Guns 2. I mean, if I remember correctly, I think they were nominated for Best Actors, for Best Musical, for Best Song from a Movie at the Academy Awards. And I love that song. I love Bon Jovi, period. But I really like that song because it justifies basically it's spoken from the point of view of an outlaw that that the person would like to die. It's not basically die in whimper. No, they want to die in a big show off, big standoff. So that to me fit the theme of the movie of Billy the Kid, as well as with his friends. So I really love that song. You can apply to other different contexts. And that's number 4. The top 3. Number 3, Eye of the Tiger by Survivor from Rocky 3. I mean, that song again is a great song for playlist when you go to the gym. I mean, it tells Rocky's story at Rocky 3. Like basically, you trade your passion for glory. Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky was hungry for success. And the Rocky 3, in the beginning of it, he's used to winning. I'm not gonna say he forgot where he came from, but I'll say this. He didn't lose that drive, but he lost that edge. He lost that killer instinct. That's what the Eye of the Tiger is, fellas. He lost his killer instinct. He, when he went to gym, when he got trained, basically this, he let people like if he would verbally bite off somebody else's head off, or disturb him in a training session beforehand, he wouldn't now. He would basically let himself be distracted. And it wasn't because Clubber Lang was much a better boxer than Rocky. He wasn't. It's because he underestimated him, just like Apollo Creed underestimated all those years ago. Now it was the other position. He wasn't used to it. He expected that as long as Mickey was around, he'd keep on his success, and he didn't. And at the end, he basically has to find it again and find again what made Rocky Balboa Rocky Balboa. What was the killer instinct? What drove him? Again, he didn't lose his drive, but he lost the reason of his drive. Was to prove he wasn't a bum from the street. And at the beginning of the movie, that's the thing. It's like he felt a bit content. He didn't have to prove himself, except he does, but for the right reasons. Not for fear. He wasn't a fraud. He never was a fraud. He wasn't an opportunity, but he delivered on it. He proved himself as not a bum, but now he needs to prove to himself that not only is he not a bum, he is somebody. So I really like that song, "Eye of the Tiger." And yes, Hulk Hogan used it as his song at the beginning of his run in AWA, not AEW, AWA, and also when he was WB champion in the 80s. So I really like that song. Number two is an easy one. It's Ghostbusters from Ray Parker Jr. from the movie Ghostbusters. Is there one more iconic theme song there is? I mean, everybody recognizes it. It's like, again, I have a lot of metal songs. I mostly prefer metal songs, but I have this also on my playlist at gym. Sometimes you need something to remind you basically where you came from. I always want to put some 80s song in my playlist because sometimes, yeah, you're evil. You like to put on heavy metal, but it's like then put on a kitschy song to remind you, yeah, but you came from the 80s. Yeah, man, but remember where you came from. Because to me, like maybe I'm looking too much to it, but playlist is a lot about person sometimes. It's the diversity. It's not just one style. It's the diversity of this, and it may different songs, not just from different people, but for different people who had different experiences. So I really like Ghostbusters because it fits. It does have a bit of spookiness to the song, but it's also, like I said, kitschy goodness though. And it says a lot about the main characters, basically how they feel about their profession. And that's number two. Number one, the song title basically can be a mantra for some days. It's called Leave Me Alone by Jerry Cantrell from The Cable Guy. I like The Cable Guy. I'm not to say I love it, but I love the how it goes from the final scene, the final shot in the movie with Jim Carrey, like basically lifting up it, Jim Carrey's eyes again becoming bigger, and credits, and then you have "Leave Me Alone" by Jim Cantrell playing, Jerry Cantrell, sorry, by Jerry Cantrell. And I love that song. The lyrics are great. The guitar solo near the end of the song is awesome. And I have the remix version of it by Jerry Cantrell on my playlist. Again, awesome, awesome song. It's one of my favorite songs, period, nowadays. It's like one of my favorite songs. I'm not gonna say of all time, but right now in the last, it's at least a song that I would say would be my top 10 now. Like a song that basically on my playlist I would always listen. So there you go. I think I spoke enough on that subject. Those are my top 20 best song discovered through a movie soundtrack. What are yours? Please leave your comments down below. See you later, guys.